Am I the butthole for barring my husband from the bedroom tonight? So here is the situation. Me, nurse. Working 50-ish hours a week in pediatric ICU. Cry at least once a week because that crap is hard. My salary pays our bills. All of them. Husband, 25 male. Has a degree but isn't looking for a job. Works 2 days a week at the grocery store. Spends most of his time playing LOL. BTW, all events here are in accordance with COVID legislation. Today was supposed to be a good day. I had been begging my husband to swap his Saturday shift to literally anything else so that we could have days off together. We haven't had a weekend together since our wedding, 18 mo ago. Today was supposed to be our first Saturday off together. We were going to go to an animal sanctuary. He starts the day by going to breakfast with his best mate, leaving before I even wake up. I wake up around 9 and realize he is not home. Call. He says he's helping his mate set up some lights and that the weather is too rainy for the animal sanctuary anyway. He gets home at 1-ish. Lies around. Plays some video games, promising we would cook dinner together tonight. Leaves again at 5 to help the same mate with something else. I go grocery shopping. I don't drive because of medical issues, but I walk there and back in the rain. I get home, realize I've left my keys inside. Call husband, knowing he's 5 minutes away. He says he will leave in a minute. I sit in the rain in the cold, southern hemisphere. 45 minutes later, I call again. He hasn't left yet. He finally agrees to come and let me in the house, so he drives up, presses the clicker to let me in the garage and leaves again. At 10, I call to see where he is. His friend answers. Says he is driving out to do something an hour away. It's 10:30. I am going to bed. I have sent him a text that I am upset and don't want to speak to him tonight and would rather he left me alone. As far as I am concerned, if he can't value me more than his best mate on the first day off he and I have shared in a year and a half, he can go sleep in his bed instead. BTW, his friend doesn't work, so they hang out all the time when I am at work. He is going to be upset. And he is going to tell his mate and his mate is going to tell him I'm being a bitch. Am I the butthole? Adding some info, I am 26. We weren't always like this. I don't know what changed. I'm fairly confident he's not having an affair. And I fully intend on talking this through, but at a time that isn't 4 a.m. Also the crying, sick babies sometimes make me sad, and I love all my patients. That's why I cry. And I don't mean hours of sobbing. I mean stepping into a supply closet to take a moment before getting back to work. Also thank you for your kindness. I was expecting maybe 5 replies. I am trying to respond as much as I can. But there are a lot of you. NTA, I'd ban him for more than one night. What kind of thoughtless behavior? Sounds like there are bigger issues surrounding his job too. Have you spoke to him about finding a full-time job? It's not fair that he's not pulling his weight. If he can't spare one day of his 5-day weekend to spend with his wife who is currently being a frontline hero, he can go live with his friend in my opinion. At 10, I call to see where he is. His friend answers. Says he is driving out to do something an hour away. Something or someone. Ops husband is checked out of this relationship. You ain't wrong. He only works 2 days per week and yet they haven't had a Saturday off together in 18 months? That's planned. Kick that man boy out. He can live with mommy and play games. Perhaps the worst man boy I've ever heard of. My God, this man is a child. I used to be married to a man like this. Our marriage cracked up at about 18 months too. He wanted to take his best friend on vacation with us, except they were going to travel separately by motorcycle which would take a week and I'd fly alone. He wanted to spend our anniversary with his best friend. Post-divorce, he and the same best friend bought houses next door to each other, where they live with their beards/wives. You're NTA, and you deserve so much better than this. I've been through a lot of hard times since I left that husband, but every single day, even the hardest, has been illuminated by knowing that I chose to believe and act on the fact that I didn't deserve to be treated like dirt. If your husband can't stop treating you so poorly, I hope you can believe the same thing. I'm going to believe it for you, for now. Edit. Wow, thank you all for the upvotes and the awards. I wish I could tell that sad, hopeless, long ago me the story of what happened when she told this story today. I hope you all have wonderful days. Great food. Memories of my previous relationship just creeped in, although I am utterly sad that you had to go through such not required hardship. But yeah. No one deserves to be treated like dirt and the last to be from your partner. I've been through a lot of hard times since I left that husband, but every single day, even the hardest, has been illuminated by knowing that I chose to believe and act on the fact that I didn't deserve to be treated like dirt. Wow. That's a good incentive for leaving someone who is treating you like crap. Thank you. That might have actually been a blessing in disguise. If they had time off together, she could have gotten pregnant and then been left with taking care of 2 children. NTA, op. Get out while you can. Your husband has shown you his true colors. Even if they did have children, it's perfectly reasonable to still part ways. It's unhealthy to remain in a bad relationship for the kids. Kids are perceptive, and seeing mommy and daddy treat each other poorly f's them up way more than a divorce. Agreed, but it's always better to not have kids with someone that will put themselves before their own kids. Children don't deserve crafty parents regardless of whether they are married or not. Edit, to add with someone for clarity. Sorry. Day drinking Saturday is happening. Op, not trying to jump to conclusions, but why does it seem like he's having an affair with his best mate? To me it sounds like the best mate is covering for him while he has an affair with someone else. Yeah, and the reason it took 45+ minutes to get back and let her in the house was because he wasn't actually at his mate's house 5 minutes away. And then his mate has his phone later on while the guy is on the road? No. He's probably leaving the phone with his friend so any tracking app shows him at the friends and not at the affair partners an hour away. I knew a guy that would hold on to his friend's phone while the friend was out cheating and just reply to texts and usually ignore calls/text that he was busy. It definitely sounds like Op's husband is having an affair. So sorry Op, but this is likely the truth. He knows you don't drive, so you are unlikely to be able to tell. Next time he is at his friend's house 5 minutes away, you get yourself a taxi or an Uber, show up at that house and demand to know the truth. That's what I thought too. The absolute gall to do this on their one day off together. Like, he couldn't just, not, for that one day? I didn't even realize this part. Yeah, that man is hella cheating. No one leaves their phone with someone while driving an hour away. And why couldn't the mate have said where? It's suspicious. Exactly. My mind went to cheating and was giving the benefit of the doubt until this point. 10 at night and your best friend has his phone while he's driving somewhere? I can't think of a single reasonable explanation. Also, I don't know the COVID restrictions where original post is, but here nothing is open at that hour anymore. No stores, no restaurants, nowhere to go besides someone else's house. And if he was really just picking something up, why wouldn't his friend go with him instead of sitting home alone? That's a great point. Where I'm just about everything except for fast food is closing at 8:30. And no one is driving an hour for fast food. Add in how it took him almost an hour to make the 5-minute drive when she was locked out, and it's even sketchier. The only other possibility I can think of besides an affair is a drug addiction, but she'd likely notice some strange financial things going on as well. That was my first thought. Op, what are you doing? Leave him. Please. ASAP. Mine as well. I really wonder if he is cheating. It could be her day off as well and his mate is covering for him. I had a partner use excuses like this before, would come home freshly showered at 8 p.m. Ended up being an old girlfriend he was hooking up with. If not, he is a selfish jerk. Either way, get yourself support through talking to someone. Does your work have a service where you can at least call in to talk to a counselor or refer you to a counselor? Yup. That's why he wasn't actually at his best mate's house when she called. More likely his friend is covering for him, serving as an alibi. Not looking to get original post fired up, but marriage counseling definitely seems in order. Or a clean break for both parties. I don't know the dynamic of their relationship beyond this post, but it seems like the road is certainly rocky. Marriage counseling? Any more time spent with this guy is completely wasted. She needs to cut her losses. Yeah, this isn't a couples counseling situation. This is a divorce the loser and move on with your life ASAP situation. Where are you going to drive to away from his friend at 10 p.m. in the evening? Not saying it's cheating, but it's pretty dodgy. Not only driving somewhere an hour away, but also leaving your phone behind? Wow, it's raining red flags. Forget the flag, it's a giant can of red paint. I was also on this train, and letting her in the garage like that and driving away is ice cold. You are NTA. I'm so sorry that someone, especially your husband, is treating you that way. My heart goes out to you because I've been there, sending you lots of love and support from across the globe. My mind went to drugs. Then, why not both? Or using his best mate as cover. Yeah, when I'm driving an hour away for something, I always leave my phone with my friend and don't notify my wife I'll be gone all night. I'm not a 100% sure he's cheating, but sitting at a solid 69%. Sounds like he's forwarding his calls to his friend's number. Original post can check this by looking at his phone bill. Def sounds like he's cheating. That or his buddy is letting him use his home to do so. Like it makes sense that if he's cheating and left his phone outside the room, then his wife called and his friend panicked and was like, he's doing something, an hour away. Yeah, there is nothing he could be doing at 10 p.m. an hour away that isn't cheating. And without his phone? What? Phones track your location. He made sure to leave his phone at the friend's house. I sit in the rain and the cold, southern hemisphere. 45 minutes later, I call again. He hasn't left yet. He finally agrees to come and let me in the house, so he drives up, presses the clicker to let me in the garage and leaves again. Yup, checked out probably doesn't even go far enough. Yeah, that's the bit that made me very suspicious. When you call the place he's supposed to be and he's not there? Triangular flag on post. Yeah, this would be the last straw for me and I would kick him out of the house. While reading this story, I wanted to divorce the guy and I'm not even the one married to him. Rattier than his best mate on the first day off he and I have shared in a year and a half, he can go sleep in his bed instead. BTW, his friend doesn't work, so they hang out all the time when I am at work. I hope she divorces him so I can marry him, then also divorce him. This is the level of petty vindictiveness that I aspire to. Good that I'm not the only one that feels that way. Definitely not. That's less red flags and more a red blanket he's wrapped around him. I kind of want to turn this into a Facebook tag group ETA, it's been done. There's one called Is the Color Guard in Town? Because that's a lot of red flags. That's not a man, it's 3 red flags in a trench coat. One of my favorites to tag, but there was some reason why I hated going to the page to see posts. She not getting anything out of that relationship. He's getting a sugar mama who probably does most of the housework, and possibly a side piece. While reading this story, I wanted to divorce the guy and I'm not even the one married to him. Felt the same way, haha. I did also. I was thinking the whole time, man, time to divorce. I'm so upset and mad for her being treated this way. The fact that she's a frontline worker makes it even worse that her husband is doing anything. Throw the whole man away. He doesn't respect you. At the very least, they need couples therapy. It's possible that he's just an overgrown child who needs a reality check, but given the serious lack of respect here, it feels more like the husband wouldn't be willing to make the changes needed in order for this relationship to be viable. A child would show more respect. Even my laziest cat wouldn't take 45 minutes to figure out how to let me in out of the rain. I feel like he's mad at her for something, maybe? It could be his passive-aggressive revenge for her doing something to displease him that he never told her about. NTA, but it's not going to fix things. Besides what /Rabbit92 said, you have some big issues. Ignoring him won't fix the relationship if there's any chance at fixing it, but I'd be so disgusted at this point I'd ask for a separation period and possibly a divorce. He is being rude, disrespectful, not taking care of you, not putting effort into the relationship, not pulling his weight emotionally or financially, and choosing to go spend time with a friend. Are you sure it was a platonic friend he vanished away with on the one weekend he had with you? Instead of you when he has other days to do that. Girl, life is too short. If you don't change something soon, whether it's couples therapy or a divorce, You are going to keep dealing with this trash for the rest of your life. NTA. My first reaction is, who's he seeing on the side? If he's spending his free time with his mate, is his mate just providing an alibi? When you call and he's not there, how convenient is the mate's response? Or maybe his mate is the side piece. Yeah, that's my thought too. Just having some mating time. Or maybe his mate is the side piece. r/suddenly gay, Reddit link. r/suddenly be technically edit, fixed sub name, Reddit link. True, haha. I didn't know there was a sub like that. The answer is not always that they're cheating, contrary to what this comment section would make you believe. Agreed. Some people are just wildly inconsiderate and selfish. Honestly, this is what I thought. It's just the overall vagueness that makes it weird too. He has to help his friend with something at 5 p.m., but it's not clear with what. He's out driving somewhere at 10 p.m., but it doesn't say what or where. At best, he's being very inconsiderate, and at worst, he's hiding something. Yeah. Even if it's drugs or something, just use a code word. Right. Without his phone. Bull crap. Or, he didn't want to hear it from her and had his friend play her off. Either scenario equals you can't dump him fast enough. Cut your losses. I know that sounds callous, but you can spend another 18 months to 20 plus years with the same sort of immaturity and selfishness and come to the same conclusion. Though it takes what it takes for all of us, I'm the take 20 plus years back, I don't want to fail variety, zany face. If you are certain you both had the same understanding that y'all would spend time together that day, that applies. If you assumed, it's not as bad, but still equals same conclusion. He's the man boy acting like his partner is mommy, including disobeying and rebelling and lying. Imagine how much better off she would be with just the minimum of someone who had a job and spent some Saturdays with her and would let her in when it was raining. That's not even Prince Charming. That's basically the effort her apartment manager would put toward this woman's well-being, and her husband can't do it. Also, why the F is he driving all over during a pandemic? Same though. His friend is covering for him. Yeah, 10 p.m. and his friend is saying he drove somewhere an hour away without his phone? Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.